The following program is called
Braingames
Number 5.
It has been known to drive people
bananas. Parents should watch
only at the discretion of their children.
I said no, Mommy.
No,
No, Mom.
So hold on to your thinking caps.
and let us begin.
Braingames! And now, game number 1.
Yikes! What was that? Boy, it's frightening out there. But am I scared? Nah. You know what I think? It's time to play Safari Solitaire. Okay, so let's play. You pick the card that doesn't belong. Now, when it comes to size, one of these animals is the largest. Which one of these animals is the largest animal that ever lived? Is it the African elephant? Tusk. The white rhino? The dinosaur Brachiosaurus? Or the blue whale? Well, it's not the elephant. He's a lightweight, only some 6 tons. And it's not the white rhino. He weighs in at a little over 3 tons. And that's after a full meal. And it's not the Brachiosaurus, even at a hefty 80 tons. Sure, he threw his weight around. But where did it get him? He's extinct. The winner, the largest animal that ever lived and still does, is the blue whale. The blue whale can weigh some 150 tons and be as long as 109 feet. Boy, I could use a tent that size. Yikes! What was that? Did you hear a gorilla growling? Well, this is no time for jungle jitters. On with the game. Now, which of these proud animal mamas gives birth to the most offspring at one time? Queen Harriet the honeybee? Gertrude the goat? Rhoda the rabbit? Or Priscilla the python? Which one of these animals has the most offspring? Well, it's not Gertrude the goat. She usually has twins. And it's not the rabbit, despite her reputation. Rhoda only averages 6 to 9 bunny babies at one time. And Priscilla the python, she can have 100 or more eggs just waiting to hatch and slither. But she's still not the winner. The proudest mom is the queen honeybee. She can lay over 2,000 eggs in one day, more than 1 million in her lifetime. Congratulations, honey. Yikes! Another growl. Was that a jackal cackle? On with the game. Now, which of these animals' ancestors go furthest back in history? Which one has the oldest stories to tell? Is it the turtle, the clam, the horse, or the dragonfly? Well, the horse, he's old, but not that old. Only 50 million years. And it's not the turtle. He sure has stories to tell, but they only go back a mere 225 million years. And it's not the dragonfly. He's been celebrating his birthday for only 260 million years. The answer? It's the clam that's the oldest. This spineless fella goes back some 500 million years, and what pearls of wisdom he could reveal if only he hadn't decided to clam up. Holy mackerel! Brave men, have no fear. Did you hear that? On with the last hand. Now, only one of these animals lies down when he goes a beddy-by. Which one of these animals sleeps lying down? Is it the hippo? The sloth? The lion? Or the flamingo? Well, it's not the hippo. He floats upright in nose-deep water. Loves his waterbed. And it's not the sloth. This lazy oddball sleeps upside down. Guess he doesn't know which end is up. And the flamingo, he can sleep standing up on one leg. This acrobat never topples. So, the animal that lies down when he goes off to dreamland is the lion. This big pussycat sleeps like a baby when he dozes. But when he's up, watch out! Yikes! And that's it for Safari Solitaire, my favorite card game. Help! When's the next bus to Texas?
Game number 2.
Eyeball. Eyeball twisters. Hey, the closer you get, the weirder it looks. Eyeball twisters. Hey, what is it? This one's red all over. Boy, it sure can get you into a jam. Often looking for shortcakes. What is it? Hey, it's a strawberry. If you had 1,000,000 of these, boy, you'd be rolling. They don't change, but they make change. Each one is signed, but not by the owner. It's a dollar bill. Well, these smoothies have real drawing power. They're colorful as a rainbow. They come in a box. I can tell you're gonna get it. They're crayons. This one lets you change your mind when you make your mark. Good for second guessing. Now it's often worn down when you need it the most. You got it. It's a pencil eraser. Now this is whole when part is missing. Its coats may be different, but the shape never changes. It's dandy for dunking. It's a donut. Well, that's it for eyeball twisters.
Game number 3. Main Street, USA. And you are there. On an ordinary day, in an ordinary town, when some ordinary people doing ordinary things are suddenly struck by something extraordinary. It's time to play UFP. Unidentified Flying Pranksters. Observe carefully. Some very ordinary folk doing their everyday jobs. You must notice all the details, because when the pranksters have done their silly business, things will be different. The pranksters will change something in this picture as unsuspecting Sam the tailor works carefully on a tuxedo. Jerry the jeweler. What will the pranksters do to this hard-working man? who begins each day at the crack of dawn. And all those pranksters. What will change in the office of Doris the Doctor? Observe carefully the work of Bertram the Baker. What will the pranksters do to his bakery? And will George the Jock still be twirling weights after the pranksters have landed? And when the pranksters arrive, what will happen to Baryshnikovsky, the ballet dancer? Suddenly, turmoil, wild laughter, great giggles. A sure sign the pranksters have landed. The pranksters have landed. And just as suddenly, the pranksters disappear. But some things have been changed ever so slightly. You must discover the changes. Take Sam the tailor. What has happened to his dummy? Ah, it is now wearing a bridal dress, not a tuxedo. And Jerry the jeweler, what has changed in his shop? Aha! The clocks! They have changed from 6 to 9. And what is different in Dr. Doris's office? Her patient has changed from a crying baby girl into a boy trying not to cry. Oh, my! What happened to Bertram's happy birthday cake? It has changed from chocolate into a white frosted cake. And what about George the Jock? He's gone from 2 small weights to 1 big dumbbell. Do it, Georgie! And finally, Baryshnikovsky. He's given up his beloved ballet for the old soft shoe. Pranksters. Another day that's not another day. A day when hard-working Americans fell prey to the UFPs. Unidentified flying pranksters. And you were there. Or were you?
Game number 4.
It's time to play Who's a Whatchamacallits? The game in which we give you clues, and you tell us who or what. Once he was a boy named Peter. A bite got him started in a new career. This superhero is a sticky fellow who spins a web around his enemies. Trouble gives him that special tingle. He's Spider-Man. He's a fat cat who never sheds real fur. His tales are for reading in Sunday papers. He's very private, yet his life's an open book. He likes long naps on warm laps. He's Garfield.
This guy is a madman who throws wild and crazy parties. A sharp dresser, he never goes anywhere without his top hat. He's full of riddles and nonsense, and his manners aren't the nicest. A citizen of Wonderland, by his clock, it's always tea time. He's the Mad Hatter. He's a liberal fellow. He believes the rich should help the poor. You can always find him in the forest. He loves a maid, but she never cleans house. Straight as an arrow, he leads a band that makes England merry. He's
Robin Hood. He's a green giant, but not so jolly. When he sulks, his bulk bulges. Superhuman strength. When he changes moods, he has to change outfits. Wherever he goes, he carries his own banner. He's the Incredible Hulk.
Game number 5.
Tales of Rongovia. This is the secret book of Rongovia, a place where everybody is out of sorts. And no wonder, because everything is out of time and place. To decipher the book's code, we will tell you tales, and you will tell us their mistakes. Let's begin. It is the year 1810, and the inseparable Brothers Grimm are collecting their collections of favorite fairy tales.
Say, Brother Jacob, let's begin with Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, good brother, and we will end with happily ever after. Now, in collecting their stories, the Brothers Grimm could have used all of the following items except one. Which one of the following could they not have used? A printing press to publish the story of the repulsive Rumpelstiltskin. A lead pencil to tell the story of Hansel and Gretel. A keyboard typewriter to type Snow White. A goose quill pen to scribble away at Sleeping Beauty. Well, they could have used a quill pen. They had been used since ancient times, and the printing press had been around since the 1440s. As for the lead pencil, lead had been used to get the point across for some 350 years. But the one thing they could not have used was the typewriter. It wasn't on the market until 1874. And by then, the Brothers Grimm had met the Grim Reaper. And now we turn to 1271. The teenage Marco Polo is about to set sail on a journey from Venice to China.
Marco mia, cara mia.
After a painful parting, the marvelous Marco could have laid out only one of the following tools. Which one of the following items could have been used by Marco to help plot out his course to China? Could he have used radar equipment? A globe, a telescope, a magnetic compass? Well, he certainly could not have used radar. Radar is a modern device, and the telescope was invented in the 1600s. As for the globe, absolutely not. In Marco's time, people believed the world was as flat as a pancake. But the one item Marco could have used was a magnetic compass. These had been around since the early 1100s. So, bon voyage, marvelous Marco. May you know east from west and our best to Kubla Khan. And now we turn to 1910 and observe the barefoot and lovely expressive dancer, Isadora Duncan. Now, in expressing her expressiveness, she could have worn a tunic made out of all of the following fabrics except one. Which one could her costume not have been made of? Pure silk, 100% cotton, flowing nylon, or fine wool? Well, she could have had a costume of pure wool, silk, or cotton. All had been around for thousands of years. But nylon is a synthetic fabric, introduced in 1938 and made of synthetic, not natural fibers. Dance, Isadora, dance! And now, let us turn the page to colonial America. It is the year 1712, and young Benjamin Franklin is playing in his backyard. Now, which one of the following items could young Ben not have played with? A kite for flying, a toy train, a top for spinning, or brightly colored marbles? Well, available to colonial children were marbles, tops, and certainly kites for flying. But what the absolutely adorable Ben could not have played with was a toy train, because the first steam engine didn't chug-a-lug along until 1824. Sorry, Ben, you're on the wrong track. But anyway, it's time for bed. Remember, early to bed and early to rise. And now it's time to close the book of Rongovia. The sun is coming up, so it's time to say good night. I bid you farewell with a fond hello.
Game number 6. The final game.
Hello, friends and foes. This is Chuck Roast the Riddler. And have I got pot boilers for you? I'm talking belly busters, thigh slappers, and gigantic groans. So get ready to guffaw and squeal. Now, did you hear about the burglar who took a bath? Splash, splash. He wanted to make a clean getaway. Here's soap in your eye. And now for my first riddle. This is political, so get out and vote. Who is elected for 4 years, signs laws, gives speeches, and rattles? Who is elected, signs laws, gives speeches, and rattles? I'll tell you. The President of the United Snakes. Don't you boo me out there. I'm Chuck Roast, the Riddler. Now are you ready for this one? What did the knight in shining armor do when he met the blue monster? Now don't run away from this one. So what did the knight do when he met the blue monster? He cheered him up. So the monster wasn't blue anymore. Get it? And speaking of colorful monsters, what did the knight do when he met the green monster? What did he do? He waited until the green monster ripened. What a growl. And now we go underwater for a fishy fairy fable. Now, what did Cinderella fish wear to the ball? Swish, swish. What did the fair Cinderella fish wear? She wore glass flippers. And what a time she had. Holy mackerel. And now for my final riddle. Why are all four-legged animals bad dancers? I heard this one from Fred Astaire himself. So, why are all four-legged animals bad dancers? Don't trip on this one. Why? Because they have 2 left feet. Cha-cha-cha. Okay, stop booing, stop hooting. That's it from Chuck Roast, your pitiful puzzler. And remember what the monkey said when he climbed down the giraffe's neck. So long. Braingames is now over. But nylon is a synthetic fabric introduced in 1938 and made of synthetic, not natural fibers. Dance, Isadora, dance! He waited until the green monster ripened. What a growl. This big pussycat sleeps like a baby when he dozes. But when he's up, watch out!
Straight as an arrow, he leads a band that makes England merry. He's Robin Hood.
The pranksters have landed. The pranksters have landed.
And Priscilla the Python, she can have 100 or more eggs just waiting to hatch and slither. But she's still not the winner.
And What about George the Jock? He's gone from 2 small weights to 1 big dumbbell. Do it, Georgie.
And remember what the monkey said when he climbed down the giraffe's neck. So long.
The preceding program has been recommended for family viewing by the National Education Association.